What's up, folks? Welcome to the latest edition of NDD. I'm your host, Pete Mulroy. Glad you could be along for the ride. And I know I have the home studio set up, and I know I'm not in my Notre Dame garb today, but that's because for today, I got to rock the New York Knicks getting ready for a big Game 3 this weekend against the Boston Celtics. It's a big deal here in New York City. Same deal here in this home studio I have set up. So today, I got to represent the NYK. But as far as Notre Dame is concerned, we've been talking about lacrosse the last couple of shows, and for obvious reasons. We'll talk about Sunday's matchup with Ohio State momentarily. But news came out of the lacrosse world today that the finalists for the Men's and Women's Tewerton Award have been announced, and Notre Dame's got its 8th player in the history of the program on that list, and it's none other than number 50, Chris Kavanaugh, 33 goals this season, 23 helpers. He joins his brothers Pat and Matt. Pat winning 3 Tewerton Awards in his illustrious career. And then Matt, who ironically enough this week announced, and we talked about it yesterday, his retirement from pro lacrosse after a 9-year career. So it's nice to see that this was a big week, not just for the Kavanaugh family, for the sport of lacrosse and Notre Dame as a whole, with one of the legends, Matt Kavanaugh, retiring, and another, his younger brother, Chris, being tabbed as one of the finalists for the Tewerton Award. So big congratulations go out to CK. He's earned it. Another remarkable campaign in what has surely been an outstanding career on the field for the Fighting Irish, who, as I mentioned yesterday and a few moments ago, Sunday, first round NCAA tournament, Irish in Columbus for a noon Eastern time ball drop with Ohio State. The winner will advance to play Penn State or Colgate. Notre Dame, of course, led by Chris Kavanaugh, trying to make it 3 for 3 in the department of winning national championships. I want to switch to baseball for a little bit, and you've got a red-hot club out there in South Bend who are going to open a 3-game set this weekend with visiting Bowling Green. Ironically enough, Notre Dame has had some success with Bowling Green throughout their histories from a baseball perspective, but this will be the first time they've ever played a 3-game series, which is kind of cool. Just some useless knowledge, if you will, but it's a big deal for Notre Dame baseball as they welcome in Bowling Green to Jack Klein Field, because this is a program 26-19 overall. Now, the record might not pop off the screen from a sexy perspective, right? But when you break it down, you realize that this team has won 10 of its last 12. And after this home stretch, which will be the final home set for Notre Dame during the regular season, you've got Eastern Michigan, and then you wrap up the regular season on the road in Coral Gables with a date with Miami, which is a huge deal. After that, the ACC tournament begins May 20th. Notre Dame continues to play like this. They absolutely can make some noise in the ACC tournament because they have the offensive capability to do just that. Carson Tinney, Bino Waters have continued to produce in the RBI, BA, and home run department, and that's what you need. If you have a couple of guys you can rely on in steady pitching, which Notre Dame the last 2-3 weeks has gotten to the tune of 10 wins in 12 tries, I should say, this is shaping up to be one of those teams that got hot at the right time. We've seen it across the landscape of all sports in the past. Baseball, no different. When you're playing well come postseason time, it can become contagious. And I think that's what we're looking for here with Notre Dame, and certainly hoping that it happens. You sandwich this 10 out of 12, including 2 wins at home against Louisville. So when you talk about ending the season against a traditionally strong team like Miami and then gearing up for the postseason tournament, I like the brand of baseball the blue and gold have been playing lately. Keep producing, keep holding the team off that scoreboard with consistent pitching. Crazier things have happened. I like this ND team now, and I think they can make some hay come ACC tournament time. More of a sour note as we talk about the softball program, and you get some accolades for Addison Amaral and Carolyn O'Brien, who were named to the ACC third and freshman teams respectively. But their season, from a team and a campaign perspective, came to an end. 7-17 record in league play this year, 23-31-1 overall. Wasn't the type of campaign. There were highs and lows, certainly. Unfortunately for this group, the season ended in the ACC championship first round with a loss to North Carolina. But while the baseball team continues to play well, the softball team certainly had their moments. And I mentioned the awards for Amaral and O'Brien, who were consistently strong from top to bottom this year. Amaril's been a stud since she's been a sophomore. O'Brien burst onto the scene as a freshman this season. So it was a productive campaign for those ladies who certainly earned every aspect of these awards. You just come up short from a wins and loss perspective with this softball program that's headed in the right direction, much like the baseball team, but it does end on a bit of a sour note as the season concludes with a loss to UNC in the ACC championship, the first round of that. Big news in U19 FIBA basketball. Niele Ivey, who's done a really great job with the Notre Dame women's basketball program, 4 consecutive Sweet 16s. I know the team has been bit by the transfer portal lately and not from entrants, from departures. We'll talk about that as the situation continues to unfold, certainly as we creep closer and closer to the start of next season. But this is a big deal. This is the second time in as many years Coach Ivey, who I'm a huge fan of, has received this honor. So she's going to go out. The tournament takes place in the Czech Republic this year. It'll run from July 12th through July 20th. Indiana's Terry Moran will serve as the head coach, and then South Florida's Jose Fernandez will be an assistant with Coach Ivey for this tournament. It's while the Notre Dame men's lacrosse team goes for its 3rd consecutive national championship, this will be the run at a 4th straight U19 title for Team USA in this FIBA tournament. Of course, Coach Ivey was a part of the title-winning team a year ago. So there's a lot of exciting things going on. You get the lacrosse team, big date Sunday with Ohio State. The baseball team hot at the right time as they gear up for the final home set this weekend in South Bend against Bowling Green. ACC tournament baseball right around the corner as well. And then obviously the news with Coach Ivey, well-deserved. She's a great coach, great person. I'm, as I said earlier, huge fan of her. And you want to see them crack through that Sweet 16 ceiling. Hopefully, it's next year led by Hannah Hidalgo and company. That's a wrap for now for this one. I'll talk to you all tomorrow. Have a great night. Have a great day wherever you might be watching from. Hit that subscribe button. You can follow the Mothership Fan Arch across all social platforms as well. I'm Pete Mulroy. Love doing this. Love having you. Appreciate the viewership and support. I'll talk to you all again tomorrow. As always, go Irish. And tonight, Knicks.